Hi, today I want to talk about why is it that so many people feel flat and sluggish and have terrible mental focus in spring. Surely this has got to be the best season to feel fantastic, right? I live in Melbourne, and in Melbourne the last few days we've had the best weather. It's warm, there's flowers in bloom everywhere, you just feel like you're coming alive. And unfortunately, that is not the case for many people. In fact, this is the time of year when the highest number of suicides is reported, and studies have actually shown that a lot of people have a reduced mental focus, up to 10% in spring. So why is that the case? Surely we're all feeling fantastic, right? Well, in order to explain this, you need to think about what's happened in the last 3 months. So it's been winter, particularly if you're a professional working in an office. You've probably been getting up very early in the morning when it's dark, you're commuting in the dark, and then you get to your office, you spend the next 8 to 10 hours in the dark or bathed in electric lighting, and then fast forward 8 to 10 hours later, you've got the commute home in the dark, you get home in the dark. So you get my gist, right? There's this cycle of basically decreased light exposure. Now, why is that so relevant to how we feel in spring? Because in spring there's a lot more light, right? And it feels warmer. Well, what happens is that our bodies have got an internal clock called the circadian clock. And what that means is basically it's a clock that relates to the day-night cycle. And so it's particularly influenced by external triggers like light. It's also influenced by the things such as when you eat your meals, okay? So that's why skipping meals is not that great, but we'll talk about that another time. So say you've been in winter for 3 months and been exposed to so much darkness, then the internal clock basically is kind of resetting your thermostat, and it's resetting a lot of activities. So the first thing it does is that slowly boosts up your levels of melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. So that increases gradually over winter, and that you basically feel more tired. The second thing that happens is that your energy production actually goes down. So basically the body goes into a little bit of hibernation, right? It's saving energy, and so not producing so much of it. Now, some people are actually better genetically adapted at producing neurotransmitter in winter with reduced lighting, and others are not. So if you're one of those people who's feeling particularly sluggish and really struggling for the transition between winter and spring, it could be that you're basically underproducing serotonin, or rather breaking serotonin down a lot faster than someone else without these genetic variants would be. And so you get to spring and you've had a winter of low serotonin, so your brain is kind of feeling quite sluggish because serotonin actually acts as an energizer in the brain. And the other thing that happens is that most likely you have been craving carbs like there's no tomorrow. So most likely you've been overindulging in, whether it's bread, pasta, chocolate, pastries, and that carries on through spring. But why does it carry on through spring? Because surely if we have got this internal clock, as light increases, then that should change, right? Yes, the answer is definitely yes. However, our bodies don't adapt that quickly. I know we've got so much information and we can make decisions very quickly and, just Google something and instantaneously we get the answer. But unfortunately, our bodies haven't quite evolved to that level of rapid adaptation. So basically, you're just carrying on your shoulders this real heaviness of winter. And this is why you're feeling so tired and mentally fatigued. I hope you found the explanation useful, and if you're interested in basically supercharging your energy again so that you haven't got another 4 weeks of feeling rubbish, check out my blog below. I'm giving 3 pretty nifty hacks to speed up the process. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.